So let's dive into my next short take. So my next short take is about this show called Snowfall. Snowfall is one of my favorite shows. I like watching it, and it's awesome to see. Great acting in it. And I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis on the show. So the show is based on the crack epidemic in the 80s and how crack got into the United States. Okay. And there's a CIA agent by the name of Teddy, and he was basically funding the war through the drug money. And that was how he was able to get his money. Okay. And when it came to his two subjects that he was utilizing Franklin. Okay. He was also utilizing Gustavo at the time as well. Okay. Now, Franklin, he doesn't work for him. And Franklin, he's trying to get his $73 million back. Right. And right now, he has this person by the name of Aunt Louie who was working for him, and he also had Uncle Jerome who was working for him as well. Now, obviously, Franklin, he's not working for him anymore, and we already do know that Franklin, he took out the CIA officer's father in the episode. Okay, and let me just get into some of the things that have been happening as of lately. So obviously, we know that Leon is back from Africa. Okay, so in my opinion, I do not think that Leon should have came back. Okay, in my opinion, you can't save everybody. Okay, I understand that he decided to come back, but things can be kind of tough. And plus, as we see, Wanda, she ended up leaving the PJs and Leon because obviously we saw that she has issues with crack still, okay? And the want and the need to still want to do it, okay? And Leon, he decided to bring her back to that situation instead of just going on and decided to do his own thing, start his own family in Africa, which, in my opinion, that's probably what he should have did. He should have separated himself and kept himself separate. But he decided to come back, and at the moment, things are working out for Leon, okay? But it can only go so far with that, okay? Because as we know, he already did get into a fight with Dion, okay, and he won that fight. But that does not mean that Dion is not going to retaliate for losing in the fight, okay? So to me, I do expect for Leon to have to go do some things. I mean, he may end up dying in the show as well, okay? He may. And, Leon, I mean, he's an overall good character. But at the same time, like I said, you can't save everybody. Okay. The next thing that happened was Franklin. He was able to kill the CIA agent and Teddy's father. Okay. And the crazy thing about the whole thing is the CIA agent's father, right? He did not really like Teddy at all. Teddy, he was trying to get his approval on things. He was trying to get his father to see him in a good light, and his father just wasn't messing with him at all. Okay, which actually drove Teddy to, you know, continue to do what he's doing right now, which is the wrong thing, obviously, because he went rogue against the United States. Okay, he's still operating this business, even though it should be shut down. Okay, he's still operating it. Okay, now Teddy, he got his father killed, and he wants to get retaliation on Franklin and try to get to Franklin and have him killed. But at the same time, didn't Teddy take out Franklin's father? I mean, Alton's gone. Where is he? I mean, I'm not going to see him in any other episodes. He disappeared, right? And guess who made that happen? Teddy. So at this point, it's really an eye for an eye type of situation. So, and when it comes to Franklin, obviously, he's very determined to get his money. And he just might. He just might. Now, when it comes to Uncle Jerome, obviously, we all know that he just passed, right? And to me, I feel like he wanted to die. Okay. Kane, he literally said, let's just let bygones be bygones, and we could go about this another day. And Uncle Jerome, he said, nah. And then at that, they both shot at each other. Obviously, Uncle Jerome, he did not decide to, get down and shoot or evade his shots and then shoot. No, he stood right there, and then they both shot each other, and they both passed. Okay. Uncle Jerome, he was going through issues mentally. Okay. We're dealing with the fact that he's serving drugs to his community. Okay. And he's going against family. All right. And we all know that when it comes to certain type of situations like this, like if you're going against family, just in general, but for this show, it's not going to work out for you. Okay. So obviously, we know that it was Aunt Louie's idea to go after Kane and have him shot. And it was also Aunt Louie's idea to go to Teddy and decide to be independent from Franklin. Okay. Because she wanted to be respected. Okay. And she felt like all everybody does is just look to Uncle Jerome as somebody to be respected. Okay. And that should not have been her reason to want to stay within this game of selling drugs. Okay. Now, Uncle Jerome, he wanted to get out of this situation and he wanted to go to Jamaica. And she said, I just need more time. How much time do you need? Because you have the money, you have the resources. So just go. Leave somebody else in charge. But no, it was the pride that stayed with her. And then she ended up losing her husband. And guess what? She can't take accountability for it. Okay? It's actually her fault for this situation. Okay? Uncle Jerome, he had been going through issues since last season, mentally, with doing what he's doing. Okay? So, to me, he kind of had it coming sooner or later. All right? And to me, I just think that, we never do know what's going to happen with her because she's traumatized. Okay? I mean, she didn't want to give up Detective Buckle, the ex-cop, to Kane, so then, they could go ahead and do their business to him. But instead of her doing that, she decided to get raped, get branded, get beat up, just for her to end up losing Jerome in the end. Okay? So, this is all on her. And to be honest with you, if she would have never helped Franklin in the beginning of the show when she knocked on his window, None of this would have happened. Okay, she eavesdropped on a private conversation between family, actual family, which was between Jerome and Franklin, right? So even in The Godfather, when it comes to family and you end up betraying family, things happen, right? Like with Santine, right? He spoke up when it came to the meeting between Vito and the other guy who wanted to deal drugs within the family of Italians, right? And as soon as that happened, Santine's father got shot. And then later on, he got shot. Okay. And then the next thing you know, when it came to Fredo, he ended up dying too because he wanted to take over and he wanted to do his own thing, right? Even though mentally he was never there and he knew he was never there. And then eventually he ended up getting killed as well, Fredo. So to be honest with you, what Uncle Jerome should have did was as soon as she wanted to go against Franklin and go at Kane and also wanting to be independent of Franklin and separate from him, he should have divorced her or separated himself from her. But hey, he didn't want to do that. So now we are where we are. Okay. Now, when it comes to Franklin, on the other hand, obviously, he's very calculated and he's trying to get Gustavo to work with him to be able to get Teddy. Okay. Everybody wants to get to Teddy. The KGB, Franklin, and also the regular police. Okay. And I think it's going to be a very interesting episode that's going to happen next. Obviously, from what we saw in the trailer, is that we saw Louis, holding the gun to Franklin in the trailer. Now, does this mean that she's a part of trying to set up Teddy? Who knows? Okay, who knows? But at the same time, hopefully, she's going to choose the right side this time. Okay? Because at this point, Franklin is all you got. All right? So, do I think that Franklin is going to end up with the money in the end? I hope so. But I'm not sure. Okay? This is the season finale. So, I do enjoy this episode. And hopefully, it's going to be fireworks next episode. And we're going to see what happens to Gustavo, man. Gustavo, he don't know what to do. I mean, he has the CIA, okay? He has Franklin, all right? And then on top of that, he also has the DEA and he has the KGB, all to worry about. He don't know where to run to, but at this point, he has to trust Franklin at this time. All right? Franklin, he's the only person who could offer him enough money for him to stay sustainable wherever that he goes. And then on top of that, he also has the passports as well. Now, I did originally think that Gustavo was going to end up betraying Franklin. Okay, that may still end up happening. But hey, we're going to see what happens in this next episode. So that's it on my short take on Snowfall.